Alrighty. I think everything is set up. And I think I want to come take this grain tile in a minute. Let me go ahead and put this in here and post it in Discord, and then I'll actually start. Discord. Just a chill farming stream. There we go. And pop out the chat. Oh my gosh. What's up, Shantae? You're here like immediately. I haven't even gotten everything set up yet. And you're here. Alright, I think I have everything set up now. How long in this guy? 3 minutes? I guess I wait for that army to land. That way I can save myself a tile. Maybe I take this one while I wait. 1, 2, 3. I kind of don't want to hit 30s. What's up, Robin? I don't think I've seen you here before, have I? Kind of don't want to hit 30s with eagles, but I guess I'll have to. You're always true, although you hadn't been here in a couple of streams, so it's nice to see you again, though. I guess we can send Haldir back out real quick. Send him to grab. This area is so bad for sweeping. I actually regret moving here. King of Men. I guess I'll sweep these with somebody. Galadriel, maybe. Actually, I might use Elrond here to sweep them. I think I'd rather him have the experience than Galadriel. Alright, I didn't lose any eagles on the 15. Hopefully I'll only lose like 1. You've been playing LOTR like mad. How do you enjoy it so far? 2 eagles. Lame. Yeah, welcome to the game, by the way. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I've been playing... Man, when did I start playing this game? Last September or something. August or September. My wife was on a work trip, and it was when our daughter was super young. And so we went together. We found a Airbnb, and we went together. And so I was stuck in an Airbnb for 2 days straight with like a 2-month-old baby. And she was born prematurely, so she was really basically a brand newborn baby. So pretty much all she did was eat and sleep, which meant I had a ton of time to burn, and I randomly found this game. Gala's been decent so far. Her gear could use some work. I don't have a good helm for her, unfortunately. I probably should go ahead and upgrade the cask to 2 stars. I don't think I'm gonna ever use these. Although Fortitude of Archers is decent, but anybody who's gonna be using range excuse me. Anybody who's gonna be using ranged units really wants a hunter's guide rather than that, if they can use it at least. But yeah, she fought somebody yesterday or the day before and did pretty well. I don't know if I imagine those reports are long dead since this is why I'm farming tonight. All of this, like, is just me losing tiles. I haven't been able to be online very much today. Like, look at all these freaking tiles I've lost. This is why Jax is ahead of me, by the way. Because he's not dealing with losing 50 tiles a day. Look at this, it's still going. Let's see. Yeah, even my Eerie got stolen overnight. I lost 4 300s in the past about 12 hours. No, that wasn't PvP. I wish there was a way to take off tile armies. I probably am not going to be able to find it. And that's just her taking tiles. Oh, yeah. Alright, whatever. We're not going to be able to find it. What's up, Martine? How's it going, man? You want to use her since she's your favorite. That's fair. I think she's pretty good. It's like I've said before, I think people have the wrong idea. I think they expect her to be like Gimli or Legolas, who's going to put out 200,000 plus damage in a fight. But her strength is the fact that she's very efficient because of her mitigation. Extremely high focus plus either a magical barrier or high alert, depending on what you're fighting against. Oh, you're Gatomon. Nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna be ahead of Thanatos by the end of this stream, I bet. What am I right now? 17? I'm 4K behind Thanatos. I bet you I'll pass him up this stream. Good chance. Just because I know he's wanting to beat me, so... let's see, I do believe... Oh, I haven't moved my Galadriel over, have I? Move her over. Go ahead and I guess have Arwen take this 150. Alright, this is how you farm, by the way. How many did I lose here? 40 dead? Yo, I gotta screenshot this for Thanatos. I've gotta screenshot this. Where is he? Put this in commander discussion. For when you wake up, Thanatos. This is how to farm like the king of farmers. GG. See, Robin, you missed when your kids were that little. Oldest is 18, middle is 15. Yeah, I have a daughter, so I'm dreading the day that she turns 18 and learns about boys. Alright, whatever. I'm stealing this from Edgy. Edgy. No one can win King Farmer. Season's going good overall. It's been a very busy season. I'll pull up the map. So I'm in Arnor, and we have a united faction with Linden. And as you can see, there are a lot of battle markers on this map. A lot of fighting going on. Currently, we're mostly fighting Erebor. Erebor and Loth are in a united faction. Loth is... I don't want to say they're dead at this point, but they've been hit pretty hard. We took 2 keeps from them yesterday. We took Upper Anduin Vale and Enerath off their hands yesterday, so that was good for us. We did lose Faradwaith, though. We had Faradwaith. I had a bunch of tiles up here. So I'm trying to kind of rebuild my economy. So a lot of fighting, but it's been fun. I've been a bit indecisive on my hero or my commander choice, which is, I feel like I'm a bit behind, even though I do have level 50 Gandalf. But my second and third string heroes are a bit behind. So, what is Galadriel good against? So, it depends. Oh, what's up, Plato? It depends on her skill build. So, for example, since I'm fighting Erebor mostly, and some of Loth, I went ahead and filled out Magical Barrier, because Erebor essentially has 100% physical damage on all their stuff, which means boosting defense is actually a solid source of mitigation against them. If I was fighting evil, I would probably have White Council and High Alert. I don't know how I would fill it all in, though. I think for evil, you have to have a much higher respect. But against evil, Magical Barrier isn't nearly as good, because they have so much burn damage. They even have poison damage, focus damage, things like Undying, the Shadow in particular as well. So she's good again, in my opinion. She's good against leader type commanders. So you don't want her fighting things that have a ton of burst damage, because her healing doesn't start coming in until round 3 is her first heal. Round 3 is her first real damage ability, and also round 3 is her other, I guess this is her real damage ability, this is her madness. So you don't want to fight things like Haldir, Gandalf, potentially not even Faramir. Heroes that kind of pop off in the early rounds can kind of snowball against Galadriel. She wants to fight things like Eowyn, potentially Theoden, and maybe Eomer. You know, just any type of hero, probably even Falcon, honestly. Any type of commander that relies on their troops doing damage over the course of a battle rather than in the early rounds of a battle, in my opinion. Because Galadriel's early rounds are quite weak. Then she has a very strong round 3. And from there, hopefully she can pick up steam. And the other thing with her against evil is you have to change what troops you run. I'm running cataphracts on her, single army cataphracts, because they're going to be the tankiest thing against like Iron Warriors, Guardians, and all of that. Whereas against evil, you'd probably have to run Guardians. What was I suppose, see, I'm going to connect... I want to connect this for Edgy if he wants it. I don't want to steal him. I can connect. Edgy's such a nice guy. One of you can have this. Oh, see? So here, I'm going to connect this for him, and then I need to get a new pather down here anyway. And I assume Eowyn is done with sweeping. I'm trying to get Eowyn and Haldir caught up. I may have a bunch of eagles saved up for Haldir. 600 something eagles saved up for him. And now that we have Upper Anduin Vale, as long as we don't lose it, I'll always have access to eagles because I'm going to build myself an eagle camp once I'm able to. Speaking of which, what level is Upper Anduin Vale? Should I try and get another Eerie? Oh, probably. It's at level 2 of 25. Yeah, I should maybe get another Eerie. I'll sleep soon. If there's a place you want, I can do it. Just anywhere, really. Any 200 plus tile is good for me. United faction took DG. Wow, you guys are going to win as Isengard. That is very awesome, man. Doesn't happen too often. I'm a great father. Well, thank you. Thank you. I try. I don't always feel like a great father, but I think that's just a very parent thing to think. Sorry, I had to reply to my wife. I didn't understand it, I guess, until I became a parent. Do I wait 10 minutes? No. I've got a million commanders with stamina and we have eagles. Come back. Oops, I accidentally clicked off the chat. Who's gonna go next? I guess Aragorn the second. Might as well. What was I saying? Something about being a parent. Yeah, I didn't understand how people always say, like, you know, anytime I'm a parent, I feel like I'm not doing the right things or whatever. But it's very easy to second guess yourself, I suppose you could say, as a parent. How soon does this guy get down there? 5 minutes? Yeah, maybe I should have waited the 10. But oh well. Plato's a spy. Ban him. Kick him out. Yeah. Isengard does not win very often. I will definitely echo that sentiment. Season pass build or $1 commander monthly Mathams. Yeah, over the course of a number of seasons, you can get pretty decent. What I would recommend is be very disciplined and just buy coins when they're $1 a pop. I don't know if there's any in the store right now, but like this deal right here, stamina plus 4 coins for $5 is really nice. Early in the season, the resource bonus can be nice, mostly just because 4 coins for $5 is pretty good. But every once in a while, they have other deals in here that for like $2 or whatever, you can get 2 coins and then $5 for 5 and $10 for 10. So it's kind of how I just try to do my spending. Question is, should I have Elro here hit a tile? Probably. I took 2 300s earlier, and that was painful. My apothecary was not happy with me. Reese, what's up, man? You have to keep me updated on how things are going as your Arnor season, since we're brothers in Arnor apparently this season. Where am I going after this? Stupid Balrog. I would actually want to take that tile if the Balrog wasn't there. It's unfortunate. Suppose I should come down here and take this 230. Tomorrow when my apothecary is clear, I might take that 300. 260 over there, but that one's defended. You won't touch 300s? They're pretty rough, but I should probably actually hit this now that I'm thinking about it. Can my Arwen handle it though? I kind of ate all of my Arwen's gear. And by kind of ate, I mean I really ate. She's in blues. Rest in peace, Arwen. You did me well. You don't like Heart of the Hero since Season 2? I feel like they're just super tanky now. Like, if you use the right commander, they don't really do much damage. They're just stupid tanky. But I try to do it for the coin. Wrong button. The 400 gems plus the coin is essentially 3 chest openings if you do the daily 200, and then a coin. The gold is nice early game, but after that, you kind of just have as much gold as you want anyway. Let's see how the fight up here is going. Seems like most people are either asleep, out of stamina, or out of commanders. Sorry, out of troops. But it was a good push. Earlier today, Erebor was like pretty far down here. But not anymore. Not that many mobs, you have to be connected. It's true. That's why I'm highly considering jumping on this one down here. I think Thor and I can take it out in a couple of hits. And I'll get a good chunk of what I need towards that coin. I know some people farm it like super religiously for the apothecary boosts, and I probably should do that, but I don't know. I would rather be like PvPing or farming tiles when I'm not PvPing. What's up, Sebastian? Oh, I already said hey to you, I think. Maybe I didn't say hey to you, but I had to respond to a thing about Heart of the Hero. What's up, Captain Boromir? I feel like you left an O off of Boromir. But maybe that was on purpose. I guess I don't need to connect that with Aragorn. I suppose I'll take the 230. I might use some of my apothecary stuff tonight. I've got a lot just sitting here. That's 7 hours, 7.5 hours, 9 hours. Although it's amazing how quickly it can go when you're fighting. Actually, somebody tried to uproot me the other day. I used a bunch during that. Well, not a bunch, but I used some. But I'll probably have, if I want Elro here to keep farming, which I do, because he needs the experience, I'll probably need to use some, because he's not quite as efficient as Gandalf, unfortunately. You know what I should do? I should actually maybe bring Theoden down and have him gather tomorrow. If I take a 300 tomorrow morning, I can start gathering again. I'll have a bunch of points saved up for it. Sent me a PM. Let's see. Oh, you can stream what's going on, but not the best stream. Well, if you get it, are you able to record? If you get good footage of like fights and stuff. I mean, I'm not trying to steal your content by any means. But I mean, I could put it into some type of PvP video. Obviously, I'm not going to turn down free content. Don't know how to PvP? Well, you'll learn over time. Not terrible. It's a pretty bad matchup for Elro here as well. Is Gandalf reinforced 3 minutes? So one of the most important things in PvP, since you are a newer player, you may not know this, it took me forever to find this out. There's actually a public reports section. And you can see anybody that's in your fellowship, you can see their reports here. So if one of your friends hits somebody, if they don't link the report, which really they should, you should get into the habit of linking your PvP reports even if you lose. You can look in the public section and then figure out, like, do I need to go help my friend? Do I not? Which hero do they have there? That way you can pick more favorable matchups more often. I'm not the best PvPer. Definitely don't claim that. I'm just the king of farmers. Apparently I'm missing a lot in this diplomacy. Please add Kenny back. Shantae, sorry. Do you know much about Discord? I should just give you mod on Discord. Since you're our diplomat anyway, that way I'll add Kenny back. That way you can always add people to the proper channels and stuff. Good night, Edgy. Thank you for the paths. Edgy's awesome. Super nice guy. What did I have to get to beat Thanatos? 38,780. Yeah. We can do that. I guess Haldir takes this one. Yeah, that would work too. I was just gonna give you moderator privileges on Discord. That way you could mess with people's roles in case me or Thanatos aren't around. Here. Boom. You are now an admin. If you need to know like what all the roles correspond to, just let me know. Basically, the way the embassies are set up, all you have to do is give them the corresponding red role. We have one red role. Well, we need to add Varyags and Gundabad technically. But yeah, you just give them the corresponding red role to their faction. They'll get access to the channel. Of what commanders are good against the other? I don't know if anybody's made that specific of a list. A lot of it also will depend on respect levels, gear, and what troops they have. But like if you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. Some of the more popular ones, so like Gandalf the Grey, super popular commander. Anybody who deals damage on their own, so Dwalin, Legolas, Lurtz, Gimli, I assume the Shadow beats Gandalf. Anybody that deals damage on their own is good against Gandalf the Grey because he's not a super high burst commander. He has decent burst, but his strength is kind of outlasting people through evasion, through a little bit of healing, through damage reductions, damage reduction, damage reduction. But he tends to struggle against high self-damage commanders. Who else is really popular? So high self-damage commanders tend to struggle against either high burst damage commanders like Haldir, Celeborn, Gil-galad, or like high troop damage commanders like Theoden. Gandalf with Pursuit. I think so. So, I mean, I'm running full ranged Gandalf this season because I have Arnor's tier 4s. So I'm just running triple ranged unit. I wish I could refine this a bit more, but I don't have any other fireworks except for these ones. I like Pursuit on Gandalf because I want him to have the edge in Gandalf versus Gandalf mirror matches. And since Gandalf starts with one instance of avoidance on all of his units, and in round 3, he puts up avoidance, evasion, avoidance, same thing. I think if I have fireworks, which I want to run anyway, because I'm running ranged units, I think it gives me an edge. So Pursuit is good against Gil-galad. That would be kind of the main case, but also against Gandalf the Grey. Did I lose 2 here? Oh, man. This is why Gandalf's so good, I swear. Do I even reinforce? I guess before I hit the 230 I should. I've got to wait on Elrohir's fight anyways. Pursuit Gil to counter Gil. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Gil-galad is just such a popular commander. The other thing is a lot of people really like running Shroud. So like you'll see Theodens and Eowyn's, and even like a lot of damage dealing commanders will run Shroud armor. And it helps against them as well. The other thing you can keep on hand is... Where is it? Can Gandalf wear the halberd? I think he can. Yeah. You can keep a fire protection halberd if you have the money. I don't really spend that much on this game. But if I did, I mean, I've been saving these guys since they're rare to get as good factions. And if I ever need to, I can combine that with High Alert for fighting Witch Kings. Thanatos going to be jealous. I try to give him tips. He puts he puts like a third of his army on Gandalf as guardians. I'm like, dude, you don't need that many guardians. Oh yeah, I was gonna hit this spider. I hope he didn't already kill the spider, did he? Where was that spider? Here it is. I'll hit it once with Arwen. Hit a boss that is owned by another faction. Yep. You can. So another thing, Robin, is see if your fellowship has a battle reports channel. It's an important channel to have in fellowship chat for keeping track of which commanders are where and how they're doing. Trapper said with hysteria or damage reduction. Honestly, these days I'd probably just run the damage reduction. Everybody and their mother is running anti-madness helms. So I mean, you can either one is fine, but I kind of wish that this was damage reduction. I mean, both of mine are hysteria, but at least is like evil factions I don't think run anti-madness as much, but good factions run a lot of anti-madness. Like when we argue about commanders. That's fair. That's kind of the point of the discussions. I actually need way less cataphracts on Elro here. Need more other things. Maybe I should sweep the Balrog once with Thorondil. What's up, Salbia? I don't know if I said that correctly. Salbia. What's funny that Thanatos does, it cracks me up, is like months ago when they changed Half Elven, I was like, man, Elrond would probably be a really strong burst damage commander with Convener. Because if you run triple elves, I guess I gotta do my tips later. If you run triple elves with Half Elven, you can get 30% damage from that. And then 50% of the time, you're going to get 20% more from Boon. That's 50%. Then you get Convener. And that right there is only 44 points. 15. Really, you would do this. Nah, you probably would do 15 to hit ranged all the time. So that's only 44 points. So you still have plenty of points to play with. You take this, which is 1.6 times 15. 24% damage to elves. So it's potentially plus 74% damage to elven units for the whole battle. But importantly, during those convener rounds. And then it's actually even more than that if you're fighting against evil units. Because he has Starlight, which is garbage. I don't know why. Starlight is 2% per point. Orcs, Uruk-hai, Trolls, 2% per point. And then Champion of the Light, Orcs, Uruk-hai, Trolls, 4%. Whatever. I think both of these should be 3%, by the way. I think Champion of the Light's too strong. And I think Starlight's too weak. But anyway, that's a ridiculous amount of damage during convener rounds. So I was saying, yeah, Elrond's probably pretty good. And then he keeps saying, see, I told you Elrond was going to be good. I'm like, dude, you're saying Elrond was good because I was saying that 2 months ago. Man, I don't think he's super great, but I do think he's pretty strong in the right faction. I think you also really need an elf tier 4 for him. And really, you need March Wardens because long shots don't benefit from Convener. But if you can run like March Warden, Sentinel, and I guess Herald, or even Keepers, if you have Keepers, just pure glass cannon. If you get everything right in my budget video in season 1, you should be good for that season. I would say so, yeah. So in my opinion, the most bang for your buck is the season pass. But that is a $15 investment. Then it would be like the 10 coins for $2. That one's super good. You get that like once every season. Building queue is more of a luxury. If you're on a limited budget, I probably wouldn't take the building queue. It does help a lot, but like by this point in the season, we're like 3 weeks in. I have the building queue. It's not benefiting me anymore. It just benefited me for the first few days, but like, I mean, there's nothing left for me to build. Like, eventually I'll get around to building this stuff, but like, I guess I should take my Goat Rider stable up. But like I have all the units I want at 6 of 6 in their building. I have my quarters up. I have my barracks, my conscription, my apothecary. Like everything that I need. My military academy, my market. Everything I need is already maxed. I guess I take the 230. Please be easy commanders. Oh, I should have checked my apothecary. Oh, it's only 162. We're fine. So yeah, season pass, 10 coins for $2. What else is there? That was probably most of it. Construction queue is a luxury. Oh, actually, probably the best deal in the game might be digging for treasure. These two are really good as well. $2 for 1,800 coins. That's essentially 9 daily chests for $2. That's almost as good as the 10 coins for 2. But if you just do your daily chest for 200 gems each day, that's 9 chests for $2. And then this is 30 for 10. Gimli. Surprised I didn't actually kill him. I'm testing a somewhat different build on Gandalf than I normally do, but I think I like it. So I actually have no points in White Council. Normally I always have points in White Council. But since I'm running triple range, I wanted to try maxing Wizard. Elro here users say what? Yeah. Mine is stuck on Respect 3, dude. I swear this, like, I've actually tried to report this to the devs, wrong button. I swear on, I don't want to say my life, because that's a bit drastic. I would bet like $50 that this junk, this exchange is bugged and never gives Elro here his item for some reason. I've been trying to get his item for the majority of Season 2 and all of this season. I'm doing my free refresh every day, checking every day. I have seen it 0 times. Actually 0 times. Ouch. I lost 21 units to the spider. Yeah, everything in the budget would work for sure per season. I think that'd set you up pretty good. What you could consider is rather than doing the building queue is buying 5 coins when they're $1 a pop, or buying a few of those daily gem things. Like if you were gonna budget $5 for construction queue, you could instead get 2 or 3 of these, which in the long run would add up. Yeah, I need to like message some people about that, because I'm completely convinced that it's bugged. It's gotta be bugged. Alright, Elro here. Go forth and conquer. What commander am I going to focus on now? I haven't fully decided. I have 2 ideas in mind. I'm very close to Gandalf the White, and I think I'll like Gandalf the White more than Galadriel anyway. And I have like 4 of his items sitting in my inventory right now. So I'm really close to getting him. But he needs Respect 5. So even if I get him, I can't really use him. I mean, at least Respect 3. It has to be at least Respect 3. But really, preferably Respect 5. The other idea I have is a bit outside the box, is King of the Dead. So I'm planning on using Galadriel as a damage commander, but I'm wondering if I could replace her with King of the Dead. So they're pretty similar. She has a Mistress of Magic, does more focused damage, and makes her normal attacks do focus damage. She has Surge, and she has Focus Wrath. And that's all of her damage. And a lot of times you don't even level this up because there's better points. Unless you have her at high respect. So what I was thinking is I have 2 ideas for King of the Dead. Hope nobody... Actually, if somebody wants to steal it from me and test it for me, go for it. King of the Dead has normal attack, steal, focus damage. Okay, that's Galadriel. He has Boggle, which hits 2 targets for damage and puts a debuff on them that makes them receive more damage for the next time they get hit. Plus, he has Dreadful Presence, which hits 3 targets. I think it was 2, right? Yeah, 2. This hits 3, deals focus damage. And then he has Focus Wrath, like Galadriel. So he actually has an extra focus damage than Galadriel has. Plus his normal attacks deal focus damage anyway. Plus you can turn off healing with him. Just completely turn off healing. And so one thought I have is max out all of his damage stuff and turn off healing. But I don't know if I'd have all the points to do that. I might have to just put 1 in Focus Wrath. So I might have to go like, why is this bugging out? Like 15, 7, 7, 15, and then extra points in these 2. So that'd be 30 plus 14 is 44. I have pure damage, turn off healing, which is effectively doing damage against a lot of commanders. Idea number 2 would be putting points in Men of the Mountains, Chaotic Retreat, 1 point in Focus Wrath, 1 point in all these things, just to get more debuffs out there, and max Betrayer, and run him. So the important thing to note in that case is what his R3 does. Allied enemies deal minimum damage. So then you just run him with like 66% Sentinels, which have a damage range of 1. So on average, these guys are doing 28.5 damage. So forcing them to do minimum damage is basically irrelevant. They're losing half a damage per guy, whatever, who cares? So running like a ton of Sentinels and then just some tank in the front, like Guardians or Cataphracts, whatever in the front, some frontline unit. And just trying to take advantage of the fact that you don't care that your units are dealing minimum damage because Sentinels, they do only 1 damage range anyway. So I see we won this one. Elro here. Jeez, another bad fight for Elro here. Should have brought guards to the tower with him, apparently. Full R5. So oh my gosh, what is my dog doing? Can you guys hear the dog, by the way? Is it like killing people's ears? So R5 requires Oathbreakers. And I don't have Oathbreakers this season. It also requires him to be R5, which mine is not. So, server kind of died. Loth is dead. Erebor is weak. Varyax. Oh, you're on my server, Captain? I wouldn't say it's dead, dude. I mean, this is still a lot of battle markers. I mean, there's still going to be a lot of fighting. My dog is actually just dumb. He is like... I love animals, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge animal lover. I have 3 pets. 2 cats and a dog. I've had dogs and cats all my life, really. Like, I grew up with dogs and cats. This dog is just... He's just not a very smart dog. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I need to recruit guys. Unfortunately for him, he's just not... What time is it? 9. I'll probably be up till 11, so I can do 2 hours and then do them overnight. 2... Guess I'll start training some rams for Eowyn. No. I'm not going to use her that soon. What do I have? 14k, 10k. I wish that they would tell you like the total amount you have. I don't care how many I have equipped and wounded. I actually don't care. I just want to know how many I have total when I'm deciding which units I want to train. That works. This apothecary is also super bugged. Somebody remember 167.1. Somebody remember that. He wants attention. He probably just hears something outside and thinks he needs to bark about it. So his issue actually... He's a pseudo rescue, I guess you could say. Technically, we've been dog sitting him for the past like 4 years. There was a crazy eclipse in the United States. Actually, it was like 5 years ago now. 5 or 6 years ago. Crazy eclipse. Made the news and stuff. And he was my sister-in-law's dog. And she had just gotten divorced. And so she was living with her parents again for a little while after her divorce. And she just never properly trained him in any sort of way. Just nothing. No sort of discipline or training or anything. And so he was at my in-laws' house, and they had a bunch of family coming in from out of state to see the eclipse, because our state was right along like the path of the eclipse where you could see it super well. And they didn't want the dog at their house because he would go nuts with having all that out of town. They didn't take both of my 300s yet. And so we were asked to dog sit him, and we said, yeah, sure, we'll dog sit him. And we're still dog sitting him. So at this point, technically he's ours. Oh, for Galadriel. Why do you have like Focus Wrath doesn't scale very well? Whereas Ring of Water is huge. Like that's gotta be the biggest heal coefficient in the game. Up to 720% HP. It's massive. Massive healing. Seven cats, 1 dog, and 3 kids. Holy crap. That is a lot of with 1 kid and 3 animals, and that's 2 of them are cats. You know, cats, they just kind of do their own thing. Generally do their own thing anyway. Except my cat, when he wants to be fed, he gets really obnoxious. 99% of the time you kept sentinels, sharpshooters, tower guards, guardians. I hate guards of the tower, but they are cheap and quick to train. But I just hate them. Going for the kill, not to draw. Fair. Do I need to stop hitting this thing? No, there's plenty of health left. So before this, that actually did go up. I noticed some really weird apothecary shenanigans recently. Oh yeah, the elite units. I hope that my guys vote to play Season 5 next. I don't really want to do War of the Ring. Why does this have a red check mark? Yes, I've collected my things. How does this guy already have 5.5 million boss damage? Is he just soloing the bosses? Oh, the apothecary is for sure bugged with auto healing 100%. I have some screenshots of, it was yesterday or the day before, I had auto healing on, and as I was taking casualties, so first of all, it said my apothecary was full when it wasn't. I was at like 130 or 140 of 200. It said it was full, that little warning down in the bottom. You know, so your apothecary is full, wounded units will die. And when it wasn't full. And then also, as I was taking more wounded, like more casualties were being wounded, this number here, this 13,798, that number would go up. So I was at like 12,000 at the time. It would go up, as it should, and the capacity would decrease. And I don't mean that like it was decreasing further away from 200 as more guys were being wounded. What do I need? I probably need to do cataphracts next. Should probably link this. Oh, someone's coming to get it. Polter, nice. That works. Works for me. War of the Rings, trash. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard that from a lot of people. Guess we have Elrond here hit again. What do I get now? Already 30%. And I haven't done my free Red Book coin yet. So if I get my free coin tonight, maybe, you know what? I should probably hit this as well. I should hit it with Arwen, though. Once she gets back. Let's go ahead and do that. I discovered something the other day. I think it was actually a week ago today about the Balrogs that I thought was very interesting. The Kell was with you in a server during season 2 with Rohan. You were the White Wolf or the Kell. So was this a while ago? Was it when I was in Angmar, or was it when I was in Gondor? Elro here's pretty decent. Pretty decent. A lot better than people give him credit for, I think. Have Galadriel come scoop up these easy tiles. Did I already pass Thanatos, by the way? No. I swear I've gained more than... I feel like I haven't gained any, even though I've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about to be 6, about to be 7 tiles. And if we clear the Balrog, I can actually take that one as well. I'm probably going to wake up with all of these tiles being stolen back, though. So when I was in Rohan, last I saw you and you had Angmar. So I was Arnor. Actually, my first season ever, I was Rune. But that was when I was learning the game. I had no idea what I was doing. My first real season was Arnor. And then I went to Angmar. And then I restarted. And I went to Rohan Season 1, Gondor Season 2, and now, unfortunately, back to Arnor. I don't really want to be playing Arnor again. Oh, my boy took a 300. Dude. I should betray him for that. Bro. You stole my tile. I'm gonna tell him I called dibs. I called dibs on that tile, dude. Didn't you see in the chat? See what he says. I'm memeing on him. We have a little inside joke going on. Betray him. Oh, Rohan after Angmar. Gotcha. I do apologize. I'll be honest, I do not remember you, unfortunately. Nothing against you by any means. I've met a lot of people, talked to a lot of people. We're arrogant. Yeah, apparently we're arrogant. I don't understand that one. You like Loth the best? They're a good faction. Definitely a good faction. Yeah, it was at least 3 months ago at this point. I mean, that season started 5 months ago, I guess, and ended 3 months ago. So it's been a minute, as they say. I wonder who said that we're arrogant. People on this game, man. Good job, Galadriel, doing God's work, taking those 130s and 150s at level 44. Keeper Elite. So I'm not in... oh, you sent it to me here. Oh my goodness, they have a chance, an inherent chance to gain follow-up? That's kind of nuts. It's a shame most people would use them on Gil-galad, where it's not really gonna... You know, you can't have the two sources of follow, but I guess that makes them even better on other commanders. This is my only account, Robin. Since I'm doing fellowship leadership stuff, plus content, plus being a dad, I don't have time. If I can actually stop doing leadership next season, like for real, I think I'm just gonna have to. Like, I've been saying that every season. It's kind of a meme at this point in our group, where every single season I'll say, all right, guys, next season I'm not doing leadership. And then every single time I say that, I end up doing it anyway. So it's really almost a meme at this point. But like, I think I'm legitimately going to have to not do it next season. Because the older my daughter gets, the more she wants attention. She wants to interact. You know, when she was just eating, sleeping, and making dirty diapers, it was no big deal. Because she wasn't, you know, doing much anyway. But now that she's walking around and starting to talk and wants me to read her books all the time, or she wants me to build blocks with her, and I get like 3 blocks put together. It's just these big little kid blocks. I get like 3 of them put together, and then she just tears it apart. So it goes up to, up to 50%. That's pretty ridiculous. Amount of follow-up. My ring tree. I really should redo this. I wish you could reset individual things or lock things. Because I'm not mock battling at all. So right now I have 20 dead points. That really should, 10 of them should be here. And then probably finishing out these two. I think powerful sweeping. So what I did at the beginning of the season was I went to experience, I reset, and then I went 1-1-10 into levy. Then I believe I came back for EXP, then control. In general, I'm a huge fan of powerful sweeping, just because, especially in the early game, having a 10% buff for all of your units against tiles is amazing. Because if you look at this, physical damage plus 10% if you take that to 10 to 10, focus damage 10% if you take that to 10 to 10. Well, this is 10% as well. So, also a huge fan of levy. Even though people memed on it when I first said that it was really good. I think I've proven to them that levy is actually extraordinarily good. Like, exceptionally good. EXP is nice before you can get to powerful sweeping. Because it lets you hit that level, I think it's level 13, level 20. There's 2 chapters where one of them you have to get a level 13 commander. One of them you have to get a level 20. Just make sure you hit those benchmarks within the first day. You know, you're not going to wind up slightly short if you're doing things correctly. But really, after you hit those chapter benchmarks, it doesn't matter that much until you start really farming 130s, 150s, statues, 200s, springs. That's when it kind of becomes important. Or if you start actually sweeping mobs a lot, farming eagles, that sort of thing. Levy's good, his Dwalin is disgusting. Yeah, I mean, he has an R25 Dwalin with super good gear. So it makes sense. Yeah, the ability points are pretty huge. They become more important once you have your first 200. Although gathering, like, if you're playing quite well, you should be able to get a 150 stone on your first day. Not if it's like day 1 of season 1, unless you're spending some money. But after season 1, you should be able to get a 150 on the first 24 hours of each season. And you want it to be a 150 stone, because your chapter objectives, they don't ever give you stone. They give you every other resource except stone. And so for a very long time, you're going to be screwed over on stone. So that's why I always tell people get the 150 stone first. Should be your first 150 tile. That way you can start gathering on it. And every single ability point that you have, until you have a 300 power tile, every single one should be gathered whatever your best tile is. That's my theory. If I can get my economy a little bit better, then I should be able to start mock battling. But honestly, I said this last season, and people asked for the math, so I finally got around to doing the math. But I said that even on a 200 power tile, you should never mock battle on a 200 power tile. People were interested in why. Actually, tomorrow I have a video coming out that explains the math behind that opinion. Actually, I guess I'll leave that there for now in case they come back. If they come back tomorrow and take all this stuff, that way I'll remember where it was. Alright, what am I taking next? 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it's 6 either way. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3. There we go. That makes more sense. But to make her find a guide on the chapter objectives, I've thought about maybe what I should do is, because I've thought about doing that as well. And probably I should just play through very casually on an alt account on some random server and record it. Because I'm always like, okay, next season I'm going to record the chapter objectives. But then in the beginning of the season, I'm trying to do everything so quickly. Like I'm trying to keep my guys' stamina burned. I'm trying to keep troops recruiting. You know, when you call it recruit them and like constantly get people in. And then I'm just blowing through the chapters because, like, at this point, I just kind of know them. You know, like, I couldn't tell you which chapter is which, but, like, I can tell you that, like, you have to upgrade your barracks, your conscription posts, your main hall, your main troop quarters, get a level 13 commander, a level 20 commander, a 60 power tile, a 130, 3 130s. How's my apothecary looking, by the way? 173. Alright, so Elrond here gets the experience from this. What about the stone skill? Get it to 10. The stone skill. Are you talking about... I also shouldn't have this point here, but I've been too lazy to reset it. Are you talking about abundant stone, harvest, or one of the mock battle skills? Not sure which skill you're talking about. I feel like I should take some of these other 150s. Alright, so this is what I discovered last week. Let's see if it's still true. So all those buffs, pretty much all of the Balrog's damage comes from Abyssal Flame. It hits every enemy, will fall victim to burn damage. Balrog attack does 81 damage. Wow. Amazing. Now if we go to round 3, Cleansing Touch, burn damage is cured. Burn damage is cured. So actually what you can do is you can use a Cleansing Helm, and on round 1 you can cleanse that burn damage off of all of your units on round 1. And see, look at this. Attacks, blah blah blah, 71 damage. The Balrog does like literally no damage without his Abyssal Flame on all of your guys. Uh-oh, brother v brother. That's why I wanted to send Arwen to fight the Balrog, because she can cleanse. So you're gonna do that soon and post it to the Discord? Or stay at home mom, you've got time? Yeah, if you want to, I can put it in the tips and guides section of Discord. I'm sure that would be... I'm sure like a lot of people would be interested in seeing that. Abundant Stone? No, I would not take this early on. It just doesn't give enough of a buff. Like 0.5% is just not very much. Like if we look at my income... I'm getting 300 extra grain an hour from that point. It's not that much. Especially early game as well. Like Levy is good because it's a 30% buff. Well, this is 0.5%. That's 3% per point. 0.5% per point. So this is 6 times the amount per point, basically. In the late game... Oh, in the late game you can. Yeah, I mean... after you... So, late game, you definitely want this maxed. You probably want Effortless Sweeping for most of the season maxed, in my opinion. If you're ever going to Monk Battle once you get your 300, you have to have these two. Without these two, it's completely not worth it. So you have to take those. You really want Dexterity and Alacrity. You're going to want Power and Wisdom. In my opinion, you're going to want Levy. Obviously, Stamina and Control. But I mean, even Fort Durability, like... I would take all of this tree before I really put points over here. All of this center stuff. Yeah, I was going to figure out what tile I want to take next. This thing will probably die, so I should be able to take that. And I guess I just take the stone. So I can start pathing there. I actually need to drop some tiles. Those are all dropping. That can go away. Did I pass Jax up yet? Thanatos. Oh, you're out of stamina anyway. No, I didn't mean to recall him that way. I actually meant to go back to my base and recall him. Actually, I should start upgrading this fort as well. Although I need to write down... I'm adding to my spreadsheet the cost per fort level as well. Because I'm trying to figure out, is it better? I'm going to have to redo this or just reverse engineer the math. Because this is technically cheaper because I'm Arnor. 34,200. I could reverse engineer the math pretty quickly to account for the 5% discount. But I've been trying to figure out, is it better to have 2 level 3 forts or 1 level 6 fort? But in order to do that, I wanted to see which would cost more resources. Or sorry, a level 5 would have 6 slots. Then a level 2, technically, level 2 would have 3 slots. So either way, 6 commanders in the same area. So that's going to be another math experiment that I'll have to do at some point. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be 9. Suppose I'll have to start dropping these 130s and 150s that I took. I actually want to keep the grain 130s. I think I'll just drop the wood 150s. I'll just drop these 3. How was this draw? Yep. See, this is why, like, I don't know, they need to change the bosses, in my opinion. Like, if you do them with the right commanders, it's just free rewards. They don't actually do damage. I feel like it should be a situation where you're sacrificing some troops now for the ability to heal more troops or heal troops quickly in the future. Like, as part of what you get... Did I not get one? I guess nobody's killed the spider yet. Part of what you get is the apothecary boosts. Dwalin, you can take some eagles. So I just feel like it should be more of a trade-off. Like right now it's a no-brainer to just hit the boss. I should really make Thanatos mad and take this thing so he can complain about. He always thinks that I have like 100 effigies. When, how many do I have? I have 6. That's it. Doesn't he also have 6? Really, I should start dropping them soon. But I want to get at least abundant wisdom and power filled before I drop them. Not really any point just dropping them before that. Math is always a breakthrough to something. Sometimes. Sometimes. Depends. The math in this game can also be really weird. I should probably take these. Need to take this to kill that. This is the other reason. Well, I guess almost dead. Maybe I'll just send. Let's see. Does anyone want to finish that off? Watch out for this guy. Yomu. What is this guy's name? Yo Mumbo Jumbo. Interesting. How long on Dwalin? 3 minutes. So I can start dropping that for sure. Oh, this homie. Homie and Loth did 1,000,000 damage. Thank you, little homie. Appreciate ya. See, I should get my coin. I'll have to read that later. Mark that as red. He's a whale? Thanatos? I'm gonna tell my wife Odin is being dumb. Dumb dog. Oh, are you talking about Yo Mumbo Jumbo? That guy is a whale? We're talking about Thanatos as a whale. $230, 200. Oh. I just assume anybody in Fook is a whale. Like, this guy's a pretty decent sized dolphin slash small whale. I've fought him before. Burn, he's pretty decent. Ooh, this is a beautiful spot. Let me just pin that real quick. This right here. Oh no, it's out of my fort range. No way. I'm gonna have to build another fort. Yeah, Thanatos. He's like, he's close to being a whale, I would say. He's pretty close. He's almost a whale. Guess it depends on people's perspective as well. Oh, I guess still doing more damage to it too. So we'll definitely be able to finish this off. I'm about to just snipe this immediately when this guy dies. 10k power, but hit it for 1.2 million. Oh, Poulter. Poulter wants to hit it. All right. I'll pull R1 out. Oh, yeah, I'm finally getting some Capricorn luck. But see, if it was Capricorn, it would just be one tile out of fort range. This is at least, like, legitimately out of fort range. Look at all these statues I could take. That would definitely put me way ahead of Thanatos. I swear, one season, just to troll Thanatos, I'm gonna capture 200 statues some season. By the end of the season, I'm just gonna capture every single statue that I see. How much would that be? Like, what, 100,000 production per hour? And then I'll just troll him the whole season about how he's behind me in terms of power. If I had war, I would definitely take this spring. Especially with Rivendell's bonus. How much stamina? Gandalf should have plenty of stamina, yeah. So it should be 8 more tiles. 8 more 200s. If I can find enough. That's a 230. I could take that. Then come up for the stone. Oh, there's a Huorn here. I should maybe try to get to that. Path to it. Guess I could take that one as well. Galadriel, I should probably just have her sweep some stuff. I don't think she's going to really be taking any more tiles. Speaking of sweeping, I've been really slack on sweeping with my commander. Sweeping is better than mock battling. Look at this. I mean, I've barely been sweeping tonight. 15, 25, 35, 50, 65... 75,000 gold right there. Plus, I can just dump all this EXP into whatever commander I want to level up. These ones I'll just dispatch. Oh, 3 elves, can't do that one. Whatever, Boromir. You can do that one, and Frodo and Sam. The 10k EXP tips I don't really care about who does them, just because at this point 10k exp is not a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of gold. I mean, that's as much as killing a boss right there. I mean, the difficult part is finding the time to sweep. Because it can be time intensive, and you have to know which mobs to sweep. The reason I was saying this area sucks is because, okay, these guys can give good tips, but I'm pretty sure sappers and alchemists, and I believe berserkers as well, always come with Grima, but they can give good tips. The crossbow dudes give good tips. They're super easy. But people have 100,000 freaking forts here that they should have deleted so that more crossbow dudes would spawn. These raiders, I don't know if I've ever gotten a tip off of them. And then these crushers only give, and I think this is a bug, they give non-seasonal 1-hour boosts. So I say they suck, but maybe they don't. Because if you farmed enough of these guys, you could basically have a second or a third builder queue just through boosts. Essentially. Like anytime you had resources, you could just boost something and then you'd be good to go. Then just start something new. Alright, well, that's about to be dead. Take that. Double check my apothecary. Time is at 9:46. Yeah, 174. Another little tip that I would like to spread the knowledge on if people aren't already doing this is when you have a really big apothecary, do it in small groups, like an hour, 2 hours at a time. The perfect thing would be 30 command points at a time. And then do a long queue while you sleep. Because if I was gonna... I've been doing like 2-hour queues off and on all day. And I can just kind of keep my apothecary hovering a little bit under full. If I just am careful with what fights I take. You know, if this started getting to like 185, 190, then I could just stop taking tiles until this finishes. Or if I really needed to take another tile, you know, I could speed up just a little bit at a time. 30 is the magic number because if you have a level 50 commander with a full army, that's 75. Look at that, another tip. More money, free money. 75 points of command. 40% of that, if you got totally wiped out, would be converted to wounded, which is 30 points of command of troops. So if you do it in batches of 30, and you make sure you're always doing it at like 190, 195 of 200, you'll never overflow your apothecary. But like if I was at 190 and I queued it all up at one time, then I'd have to wait until that, like, you know, 15, 16, 18 hours, whatever it is. I'd have to wait until literally the next day to even do anything. So you don't always have to do it all in one go. Actually, I should move Arwen. I can reinforce her first. I'll just have to remember to move her after I reinforce her. I don't know what I'm going to do with her down here, but she's down here. I'm super thirsty and I have to take my medicine. Whew. Super thirsty. What's up, dog? The dog has actually joined the party. Oh, now I can take this tile as well, except I can't because I'm tile capped. That would have been very awkward. But have to be way more attentive to my sweeping now that I'm going to be going to bed somewhat soon. That way I can burn this stamina off. You know what? I should start quick recalling Haldir. The other thing I do while sweeping is on today on forts. I still have 420. I have these guys banked up for my apothecary. And I mean, I've used probably this season, like not even exaggerating, I've probably used 300 of these 5-minute guys just on sweeping. How's my Arwen? She's looking, she's kind of on the bench, if I'm being honest. I scrapped her gear. She did her job this season, which was to get me to the point of farming earlier in the season. Kind of her freaking dog. About to leave. Alright. Well, hopefully he'll settle down when my wife gets home. Although I'll probably have to mute my mic right when she gets home because he's going to go nuts. kind of the way that she can work in PvP in the early season is she's very good at taking tiles, which means she can out-level people. And when you out-level people in this game, then you tend to just crush them in fights. And healing, so the interesting, I don't want to say it's a phenomenon because there's a reason for it. The interesting quirk with healing in this game is it can actually snowball super hard. Because damage is based off of how much of your army is left alive, if they can't overcome your amount of healing, which tends to be the case, is also based on how long has that damage been on the unit. So like if you, for example, we'll use Arwen as an example, her big heals go off every third round. So if you take a huge hit in round 2 and then she pumps her heals in round 3, that's going to heal more than if you took a big hit in round 1 and then she healed in round 3. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I do not like my dog. Can never just have a conversation. Alright, she's almost home. There we go. So in a minute I'll definitely have to mute my mic. Waiting for tiles to drop anyway. But anyway, yeah, healing can snowball because if you're always able to just kind of heal up the damage that you were taking, and then their army's getting smaller, which means they're dealing less damage, which means you can heal the damage that you're taking if you're already healing the damage you were taking when you had a big army. But at the same time, if you're never going to be able to recover through healing, because the longer that damage has been on a unit, the less % you're allowed to heal. If that makes sense. So if you're not able to keep up with the incoming damage via healing, you're just going to fall further and further and further behind, and then you're going to die. So through healing snowballing, and later in the seasons, she just falls off. Alright, I think she's home. Okay, I think he will stop barking like crazy now. As for Galadriel, I don't know why healing made me think of Galadriel. At least that's how I understand healing to work in the game and damage to work in the game. That sort of theory, I think, is pretty much the accepted theory by the majority of the community. I didn't come up with that. I don't want to take credit by any means for having come up with that, because I didn't. I've just looked through a spreadsheet full of damage calculations and whatnot. I don't know why I keep getting my ring power like every 5 seconds. So yeah, I think that is essentially the accepted game mechanics. That's the way that most people think it works. Those tiles actually pretty close. Someone needs to finish that off. Hopefully I'll wake up and it'll be dead. Some more grain over there. Not bad. Yeah, Galadriel, the other thing you need to watch out for is, in particular, Grima. Because Grima's madness goes off every third round, and literally all of Galadriel's stuff goes off every third round as well. So that's kind of another reason she's better against good factions than evil factions, is because you're never going to have to worry about running into a Galadriel. Or sorry, into a Grima with your Galadriel. Like, the last thing you want her to do is Ring of Water or Parting Gift, because this goes off on 7 as well, right? One on cooldown 1-2 goes off on 3. Now, this is 3-6-9. So I guess Grima can't make you Parting Gift his own army, but you definitely don't want to be Ring of Watering or Focus Wrathing your own army. It's not something that is optimal. 148. These are dropping in 125, so we can go. And in a minute, we can send Gandalf to take the 230. Really hope I don't wake up to all of these tiles being stolen back. Geez, 77 new messages in the diplomacy channel. Welcome home. Did you have fun? You're welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 30 seconds. Alright, how long does it take Dwalin to get over here? 12. Alright, so I think I could technically send it now, because there's 5 seconds of fighting, quote unquote. Guess I can check up here too. How are things looking? I still haven't managed to uproot that guy, but we don't have war. So it's pretty awkward. How is their progress in the north going? Didn't mean to click on that one. Hello, Lady Phoenix. She already left, but I assume she'll pull the stream up. Got a bunch of forts up here. Trying to find their forward progress. Alright, they took that one. So I think it's just here. Dang, homie farming the edge of the map. I think it's around here then. Wait, this guy's name is Nazgul and this guy's name is also Nazgul? So they've gotten 2 crossings. They have 3-ish more to go. So at some point we'll have to be prepared for the eventuality that they hit the north. I may have to send Galadriel in. The first draw was not a very convincing win, to say the least. So I might have to send Galadriel in. What's her march time here? 2 minutes. Okay, fine. That's a 10. That's a 30. So I can connect this, but I can't take it yet. I've made this mistake. Well, technically I could. 26 seconds. I've made the mistake before of being tile capped and a draw playing out and then not being able to take the tile because I was tile capped and I forgot about the draw. Yeah, I've seen the Ungo Fat guy. Guess Arwen's just gonna go home for now. I like that guy's name, Ungo Fett. Let's see. I want more crossbowmen because these guys give the juicy tips. And you can go home. I'm probably above Thanatos now. Or should be once I take these other two. Close. Yeah, I'll be above him again once I take the 200 and the 230, because that'll be plus 430, which will put me at 870. Up to chapter 3 of the guide already? Awesome. Well, I definitely appreciate you working on it, because it's something I've wanted to have on hand. Something I've meant to do for a while. It's just one of those things that's hard to find the time between all the other stuff that I've been doing. Ouch, that one actually hurt. That was painful. Even sniped your tiles? Well, that is not nice of him. Wonder, let's check on Rohan's progress over here. Oh wait, Loth and Erebor took that back, but Rohan still has that side. Does Rohan still have tiles on this side though? Yeah. Unless they're able to clear out all of these Rohan. I feel like my game is starting to lag. It's actually, and they probably won't be able to clear out all these tiles. Not quickly anyway. Doesn't really matter that they own the crossing. Oh yeah, and people are pathing. They're just pathing all along the south. I wonder if that's due to fort range or if they're just trying to get all the 200s on the outside. Alright, well I need to figure out... Make sure my apothecary is not going to overflow. Yeah, 181. Now to figure out where I'm getting my next tiles. Probably that 200... Unless there are some more down over here. Oh, this would be a nice spot to take. Actually kind of tempted. Oh, there's a 200. I'm somewhat tempted to boost my apothecary and hit the 300. just go ahead and take it, but it's not a safe 300. Probably not worth it. And I have a 260 right next to my base, which is good enough for gathering, but not quite the same. I don't feel like marching all the way over here right now. Oh, this would be the one to take. The 300 grain. Actually, 2 300s over here. 3 300s. Well, I think I know. Dang, I can't pin that. I think I know what I'm doing tomorrow. That would be very nice to take those. So you're writing each chapter's objective down, type it all out in Discord. If you want to make it a Google Doc, that would be good as well. You might be able to structure it, like format it a bit better via Google Docs, and we could still just put a link to it in Discord. Thanatos must lose. He always loses to me on farming. Did I pin those? I know I took a pin up. They're like over here, right? Yeah. This one. I'll just pin this one. Ironically, I want to hit this one the least because it's neutral, which means it's going to be evil armies defending it. And so far in my experience this season, evil armies on 300s have been way more of a pain. Oh, I need to keep an eye on this, actually. Okay, he'll win. He'll win when the draw's up in 1 minute. Oh, that one was a free win. 22 dead on a 230. I think tonight, while I'm sleeping, I'll recruit a bunch more Rangers of the North. Wait, Varyax just took a Dagger Lad? I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I think it's no secret that we were coming for it, given the fact that there's a bunch of Linden stuff right here. I don't want to say it won't matter. I would never want to say that. Because then people would just say I'm being arrogant or whatever. But unless they can actually push Linden out of Daggerlad, which I think would be pretty difficult with fortresses right on the border of Daggerlad, it won't really matter because, like, they're already out of Muil. And so you can just take Muil, and then if you just have a bunch of forts surrounding Daggerlad Keep, then you just take Daggerlad 3 hours later or whatever. I mean, either way, you have to use a war for Muil, right? And so you can just take both in the same war. They're only 600s at this point in the season. They're, you know, what, 2 people, 3 people could kill the armies, and then everybody else can siege. But I do, like, I don't want that to be taken as me talking down in any way to them. because it's very admirable that they are still trying very hard against what is overwhelming numbers. So I have a lot of respect for them because of that. Especially after last season, where it wasn't even like Angmar versus Gondor. Gondor did outnumber Angmar for sure. But at the beginning of the season, it was pretty close. Whereas this season, Linden alone is at least 2-1, probably 3-1 advantage over Varyags. Whereas Angmar last season, it was like, the beginning of the season, it was like 1.5-1 in Gondor's favor. It's like, yeah, it was outnumbered, but not like that bad. Everybody gave up after the first week when they didn't beat Gondor to Minhiriath. They just kind of packed their toys up and went home. Like literally half of them quit 2 weeks into the season. And at that point it became like a 3-1 advantage for Gondor. But yeah, they're definitely champs. I mean, for sure. They're a very impressive warband. A lot of good players. Alright, I need to take the 200. Dwalin's going to be out of stamina. I suppose I actually just take this 150 and leapfrog over it. And I'm not just saying that because Obi-Wan was in the stream earlier either. I've said very similar things. I actually don't think Arwen needs an army right now. Although I have plenty of all of those units. You know what? I can take the guards of the tower off of her. And that way, my boy Haldir can actually reinforce his guards of the tower. Let's see, Eowyn can take that. Alright, are we ready for it? What? Did I do my math wrong? I thought I was gaining 530. I thought I was about to pass Thanatos. I didn't lose a tile somewhere, did I? Maybe I just did my math wrong. Ooh, more boss rewards. So that's an hour, 2 hours. 2 hours of apothecary speed ups for basically 0 troops. Yep, good fighters made stuff interesting, yeah. Absolutely. But I think our fellowship has some good fighters too. And I think one thing that I really like about our fellowship, dang, I still need another boss, would be resilience. Rise is stealing my mobs. Better betray me, bro. Oh, wait. You didn't call dibs in chat. Yeah, just our resilience as a group, I think, is one of our biggest strengths. Because in our very first season, Season 1 as Arnor, all those months ago, we had a really solid alliance with Rohan. And they ended up betraying us and taking the ring. And so we went to war with them. And in the first 24 hours, I mean, we went to war and we pushed like up to this area. And then 24 hours later, we had actually gotten pushed all the way back to like the border of Mirkwood. And like right where Mirkwood meets Amon Lane, because we'd relocated here. And rather than just giving up and saying like, oh, I guess Rohan's better than us, like we picked ourselves up and just tile by freaking tile just slowly pushed them back. It took like a week, like not even exaggerating, it was like a week of just tile by tile by tile fighting. And essentially what happened is we had been really diligent. I mean, we had like all of the West, and we'd been really diligent about farming throughout the season. Whereas Rohan obviously doesn't have that same sort of advantage because they're in the middle of everything. And we just wore them out. Like we literally emptied their barracks from full to empty in the course of a week and just wore them out. And so I think that's probably one of the places our resilience as a group comes from. And then a lot of those people were in our Angmar Season 2, which was just like this season. We were at war at day 2 in that season, and we were at war the whole time. The entire freaking season we were at war. And in that season, we were actually down to like 3 territories at one point. We were down to Cairn Doom, like Forochel, and maybe Uil or something like that. But in the end, we came back and reconquisted the entire West, and we locked Gondor. So Gondor had, like, they might have even had this stuff over here too, potentially. I'm pretty sure they did. They had that. They had the entire South. They had Lower. They had all this stuff, like literally everything in the West. And by the end of the season, we locked them in Andrast. The only territory they had left by the end of the season was Andrast. I mean, that was... You talk about a grueling season. I don't think it gets much more grueling than that. Beating Cess... Yeah, I have a lot of experience, believe it or not. I've fought many wars in this game. That's why I think a lot of people... I don't know, like, I don't want to be egotistical or arrogant, but I don't know that a whole lot of fellowships have the same level of, like, battle hardenedness, I guess you would call it. Dang, I've lost 5 eagles tonight. That's so sad. Where I need to go to Arwen. You know what? I'm going to take her troops away before I forget about it, and then leave her in a fort overnight with full troops, and she gets hit while I'm sleeping. You know, I don't want to be arrogant, but I don't know that a lot of fellowships have the same level of combat experience as we do. I mean, I don't know if this was part of the plan, but I think Erebor kind of expected us to freak out when they took SAV on day 2, day 3, whatever day it was. But it's like, alright, whatever. Like, you want to start fighting on day 2, and you want to fight the whole freaking season? Sure. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Like, it's not intimidating. I don't know why that red dot won't go away. Learn more in this season than my first 2. True. This has been a good season for learning PvP. And one of the important things that I try to keep telling people that is you have to learn how to farm and fight at the same time. It does you no good if every single day the only thing you do is go and empty out your barracks in PvP and then you go AFK for the rest of the day. Like, you have to learn that balance of how to farm and grow your economy and gain levels while you're fighting. And our Arnor Season 1, Lyndon tried to backstab us. So, like a couple weeks, maybe a week and a half into the server, Lyndon, Isengard, and Angmar. Granted, Isengard and Angmar were pretty small, but they all teamed up to try to 3v1 us in Arnor. And so we fought that war. We conquered the entire West. You know, we didn't take Cairn Doom. We might have taken it at the end. I don't remember. But we took everything from Lyndon, Isengard, and Angmar. All of the West. And then we came across the Misty Mountains because Lothlorien, Erebor, and Mordor ganked Rohan, who was our ally. So it was just kind of like this season. It's kind of ironic that I've done this Arnor twice now. Rohan asked for our help. We could have backstabbed them because they had Lour and we had Edenwaith, but we chose to be good allies. So we rushed east, like right after we finished conquering the West in a war. We took Rivendell, came through the tunnels, took SAV from Loth. Loth started collapsing. This was still early enough in the season, mind you, that people could transfer. So all of Loth started bailing to Erebor. We took SAV, took Anarath, took Mirkwood, and then we made some sort of deal to end the war and have Mordor come kill Erebor. So then we and Mordor killed Erebor. And then Rohan tried to backstab us, but we already had to deal with Erebor and Mordor that if Rohan backstabbed us, we'd 3v1 them. So like even in Season 1, like we just kind of grew up as players in a constant state of war. And then Season 2, like I said, the whole season was war. Like day 2 or 3, we started fighting over Menhiriath and Edenwaith and Lour and Lefnui, and then got pushed back. So it's kind of like that Bane meme where he's telling Batman, like, you think the darkness is your friend or whatever he says. Oh, Faramir's not down here yet. You know, he says, like, you adopted the darkness, I was born in it. It's like, as a team, the core of our team, being like me, Thanatos, Thorondil, Burzgul, Felagund Finrod. Who else is still with us? Let me look up. Oh, there's too many people on Discord now. I guess I can just look in the general chat. I don't know, a bunch of us. Yeah, there's just too many people now. Oh, Simon, who I think he might have quit the game, unfortunately. He was there too. Fingolfin was with us in Season 2, so he's been with us since our Angmar Season 2. Oh, DBT, he was there. I already said Finrod. Khan has been with us since our Angmar Season 2 as well. Warlund, I think, was since Season 1. Kind of lose track of everybody. But yeah, the core of us that we were just like born into wars in this game, which is why it was so weird for us when we did our restart group. Our season 1 is Rohan. Part of it, like most of it, was just that we were such a big group fighting against new players. Like we just kind of steamrolled what we wanted to capture in the first couple weeks, and then we were just AFK, like just doing fake wars to pass the time. It was so weird for us. But all of that was a very long-winded way to say, after season 1, you can't just really sit and farm. It's just not something that happens on most servers. You have to go out there and get tiles. No one's going to give you the tiles. There's too many players. You're not just going to be able to go to the corner of a map and farm up. Like, you have to do what we're doing right here, where, I mean, my base is up here. I mean, I have tiles here, I have tiles here, I have tiles here. I had tiles up north, I have tiles here. I mean, I have tiles over in Rudour still, even after all this time. My base is up here, and well, technically it was a fort. I had a fort here, but I deleted it. But like 2 to 3 fort distances away, just out. So, yep, take tiles, not farm them. Exactly. It's like so the thing I would tell people is you have to embrace your inner Genghis Khan. Go take what you need from your enemies. I mean, I could be up here helping, and I probably will be up here helping tomorrow or the next day, depending on how things go. I mean, if they're just crushing them in the north, like they're winning pretty substantially right now. If they're still winning even without me and my guys, it's actually going to be better for us to start building a path to Mirkwood to eventually take it than it is to come north and trip over each other. So I could be up there fighting, except I lost the 300s that I had, and my apothecary is basically full, and I lost like an ungodly amount of tiles last night. I was showing, I mean, it's too far down now, but for anybody that was here at the beginning of the stream, I mean, I lost 50 to 60 tiles overnight. And you just can't fight effectively with a bad economy either. Like, it looks like I have a bunch of resources right now, but once I go to bed and activate 4 conscription queues, it's only going to be about 3 to 4 hours on each unit, because I can only dedicate 200k grain per unit. So I can use up 800k grain, which I've been saving up all day, and that's going to give me about 4 hours of 4 different units. Well, if we do the math, 4 hours at my way. Been very, very bad about being diligent on sweeping. You're in the north. Have to watch the vid to see exactly what happened at the night. Oh, yeah, if you go towards the beginning of the video, you can see where I was just scrolling through. Because I prefer, if I'm streaming, to try to find fights. Because that's just more interesting, right? To watch than somebody like poking tiles with Gandalf. But you see where I pulled up my thing. Oh, I could probably find it. I haven't taken that many tiles tonight. So yeah, it starts here, right? Starts 3 hours ago. I mean, all day it's been happening. But just like all of my tiles up north, just gone, 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 gone. I think this was me taking a 260. But that one got taken back as well. So more tiles. There's my 300s going bye-bye. My Eerie got taken. My other 300 got taken. I should look at some of these. Oh, that was him scouting it. So he scouted it twice. Wonder why he didn't want to fight Faramir. Maybe he didn't want to deal with the Swan Knights because he had Theoden or something. Ooh, that was a painful hit for him. So yeah. That was somebody coming for me. Nope, but they're coming for my other 300, I'm sure. Airborne's, yeah, Loth. I have a feeling tomorrow, Kiras. Tomorrow or the next day, Kiras is gonna fall. Depends on how many active players they still have left, I guess. It doesn't seem like they have that many actives left, unfortunately for them. Because, I mean, this is the last thing stopping Rohan from surrounding their capital, is this crit. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 forts from a faction with 2 full fellowships, plus some... What do they have? 94 in Keep, 98 in Kier, and they have 10 forts. These guys, I guess, don't really count. Yeah, I think taking SAV and Enarath in the same day kind of... I think it was... I don't want to be mean. How do I say it nicely? I think it was a blunder to take Gundabad yesterday when they knew and they decided to bring everybody from Loth and Erebor to take Gundabad. I don't know if we would have taken Upper Anduin Vale if all of those players were fighting against us. And we definitely wouldn't have been able to just swing right over to Enarath a few hours later if they had been fighting us every step of the way, rather than clearing out the barracks of 60 players on the keep defense. Because those are not easy armies. I mean, that's... You're probably filled half the apothecary of 120 players, or close to that, 100 players, to take out that many level 50s stacked with gold gear and T4 units. Oh, definitely demoralizing, yeah. But it's kind of like, I guess the saying would go like the dam broke. The past few days, we made it through the tunnels, which I don't know why people fought in the tunnels for 2 weeks straight when we had Faradwaith. Made no sense to sit in the tunnels. All you have to do is sit right here with 10,000 forts, like we have. You could even put more forts here. And then, anytime they try to attack the tunnels, you just send heroes to the forts. Like what happened I guess it was like a week ago now. You know, they broke through this tunnel and then 300 players showed up and just pushed them back out because you can only get a certain number of people in here. Like, you can't fit 2 factions of players. You can't even fit 1 faction of players in here. And you have to be in here to hit this end. So there's a limited number of people that can ever even touch this tunnel. So all you got to do is be ready to send your armies over here when they attack. But whatever. You know, they wasted their time in the tunnels. Same thing with Moria. I mean, we realized that in Moria. That's why we said screw it. I mean, they can have this tunnel. It will be literally impossible for them to take Moria. Like, it would never happen. Yeah, never do that. Exactly. We made the mistake. I will say, after we took Moria, we should have been able to get all the way through the tunnels before they could react. But people went off and farmed. And, I mean, that happens. And so we adjusted because of that. But this is the combination of the Rivendell tunnels were taken. The Moria tunnels were actually just cleared out. But they lost all the resources along this entire area because of that. There's a good chunk in here. And UAV and Enarath fell. So now Arnor's on this side of the mountains fighting. Yeah, Arnor alone wasn't strong enough. That's true. Yeah, I mean, it was 2v1. I mean, I think, like, defending this tunnel is fine right here. I just don't think we like, people in Arnor were banging their heads against these tunnels for 2 weeks straight. When we were in Karok, we were in Gundabad, we were in Faradwaith. Like, you just have to be ready to react. And otherwise, you should just, you know, do what we ultimately did, but it should have happened way sooner. Where we came down through Karok and took Upper Anduin Vale. It should have just happened way sooner, in my opinion. Ouch, this one actually hurt. I need to pass Thanatos before I go to bed. How close am I? 4. I'm 4 tiles away. I don't know if I'm going to make that in this stream because this guy has a tree on it. Well, I need to run to the bathroom and then I'll check to see if I can make it before I go to bed. I'll be right back, guys. Whew. All right, I am back. Wait, did you send me effigy locations? Or did you send Thanatos effigy locations? It seems I'm an excellent farmer. Just something needs to be one. Yeah. I mean, building an economy and leveling commanders is a very important part of the game in the long run. That's why I think in future seasons we're gonna start doing like a rotation, a farm rotation basically during wars, at least for the early and mid game, where we'll pick like 3 to 5 people and say, hey, you guys can take a break from fighting and relocate somewhere, wherever you want to go, relocate there, and just be ready to relocate back to the front lines in 3 days. I should come steal this ore. Maybe I just take that one instead. But how do I path there? There's no easy way to path there. I need to drop some more 150s, but I can't. So I guess I do have to just path here. It's gonna take Gandalf forever though to get over there. Ooh, 187, getting close on my apothecary. Whip is better than Ungo, just a humble opinion. Well, one thing to consider, I mean, I'm not in Linden, so I can't have an opinion either way on it. Not that I would be that concerned about it either way, but one thing to consider is only about 60% of Ungo is actual Ungo. Because only like 658 or 62, something like that. Oh, Haldir's just about to be back. Not everybody made it to Linden. Hey, HB, I am good. How about you, man? How much stamina does Elro here even have left? 60. I think he could take one more and Gandalf can take like 2. Should be alright, something like that. Sith is the best squad I have seen or probably ever will. So they are very good. They are very, very good. I guess I'll drop this 150. We have an idea for next season to hopefully make quite a strong team. Oh, look at these right here. I should have pathed to these. That's 2 30s. I hate taking 30s with eagles, but I hate pathing with anything that isn't eagles. But I could take those 3 and then be ahead of Thanatos. I'm only 720 behind him. That's with 4 open tiles and 3 that are dropping. Where's this guy going? Why did he move here? Oh, because he took that one. He's taking them from Angmar. Well, that's not very nice. Is there actually any fighting happening? Because I'm going to need to watch some fighting soon while my Gandalf marches for like 20 minutes. I imagine there's some down here. So what if they're actually coming back to defend Dagger Lad? Because they ended up not taking this. Unless they're just going to take it with the end of their war? How long's... Oh, their war hasn't started yet. They just started the preparations. So it should go live soon. I imagine they'll take that. Did they make it to Edelhond? They did not. Not that it seems like anyway. Did they make it to Belfalas? They did make it to Belfalas. So with their war, they could take those two. Be pretty easy to take those two. So Faramir takes that. Gandalf can march his slow self over here. "19-minute march time." This is why I have to just play cavalry. These 19-minute marches just kill me. Probably should be the case with 5-season veterans. Some with 4 rings. Well, technically, this is our 5th season too, for a lot of us. Not all of us, but a lot of us. It's my 5th season. That was funky. Did my screen just like flicker? Flickered on my Streamlabs thing. Yeah, it's my 5th season, Thanatos' 5th season. It's just 3rd on these accounts. And there is a lot that comes with just having more time on the account to spend money. For the guide, a couple of objectives like faction quarters. Yeah, that makes sense. I think everybody will know. You could even label it like 1, 2, 3, 4 or something. Like Roman numeral 1 for whatever your faction's main quarters is. And then Roman numeral 2, 3, 4. Something like that. Alright, I think I have some tiles dropping in like 9 minutes, 24 minutes. So I can take this. Oh, did Faramir not lose any eagles? Nice. S3 accounts. Yeah, for sure. I mean, 2 seasons of like season pass time plus. Because like most people, unless you're a super whale, most people just spend when there's good deals in the shop, right? Unless you're a huge whale and you're just buying multiple 23,000 gem packs. Like, look, my account, I haven't even bought a single gem pack this season. And so just all of those extra special deals really adds up. It'll be interesting to see what this looks like when we wake up. Because most of Arnor is North American time, it seems. Alright. Just gotta make sure I stay in the top. Is it top 100 or 200 for contribution? 100. Should be able to stay in the top 100. S3 whales have a hard time against S5 dolphins. Yeah. Yep. You can get a lot more bang for your buck out of the special deals in general than buying gems straight up and then converting them. Although the conversion rate for the first purchase of a season isn't bad. It's like if you bought the $100 pack, you'd get 46,000 gems, which is like 115 coins if you paid 400 gems per coin. I guess at this point, let's see, it's 11 o'clock. I'll be up at like 7, so 8 hours worth. What do we want the most? Don't care about Dunedain that much. I think I have plenty of sentinels. That should work. Get all the cavalry out of the way and my T4s back by tomorrow morning. Because that was expensive though. 200k. Grain. I don't know if Elrond here is hitting another tile. I might just have him sweep. How does he do against level 35s? Should be pretty fine. I mean, he was taking 200s without losing too much. I don't know if Galadriel's taking any other tiles either. Although I probably should take this 150. These two can get dropped. This one can get dropped. I can take that wood 150. Where was it? This one. Make sure I don't send the wrong army. That way they don't have a tile directly adjacent. 35,000 XP. Starting to pour into Daggerlad. Alerts with full Felbeast. That's interesting. Can you join Discord to play with me next season? So it depends on a couple of things. So first of all, you can definitely join the Discord for sure. We have a public section that has some guides and stuff, and you're welcome to ask questions there. Next season would depend on, will your account be in Bag End at the same time as our accounts? Since that's the new way you join campaigns or seasons, whatever you want to call them, same thing. It's through Bag End. We'd have to sign up to be on the same team. But then also, I mean, we already had to cut people down from 200 to 100. Last season we had 2 full fellowships. This season, so with Bag End, you can only guarantee that 100 people get on the same server as you. So we already had to cut 100 people, unfortunately, roughly 100. And we'll probably have to cut even more next season because we're considering merging with a group that's currently 322. Dang, I'm just missing those crossbows. We're probably going to merge with a group that's on our server and set it up to where each current fellowship can bring 100, or sorry, bring 50 players each. So 50 from Ungo/Anor and 50 from their group. So it will depend on if there's room or not. Probably going to start working on the list this weekend or something. I guess I don't need 2 pins here. I already pinned that from earlier. Pretty nice fight from Minas Tirith. Smite, I assume. Hysteria. Sustain. I don't think it's classified. We haven't announced it to everyone yet. Thanatos has been working on it more than I have. I believe he talked to Whip first. You know, since we're already playing with you guys, we know you guys, etc., etc. And I think you talked to Wiggler. And from what I understand, Wiggler pretty much said, you know, unfortunately we have way too many people. Which is fair. You know, if you have more than 50 core players, which I mean technically we probably do too. So we've been talking with Ralph Dean from Pink. And really what it boils down to is, like I was saying earlier in the stream, I just don't have time anymore to do leadership. And so we need somebody who can take that part of things over. You know, I can share my opinion on things and talk strategy, but like, I don't have the time to constantly update map pins and read diplomacy chats and, you know, announce things constantly and organize things and keep everybody moving in the right direction. It just takes up... Oh, my game crashed. Rip. Just takes up so much time. Apparently I was dropping frames recently, according to Streamlabs. Wonder why that is. Is it raining? I think it was raining. I don't know if it still is raining. It's rained like every night here. Can I post the Discord? Yes. Grab that. Never expire. Copy. A dolphin with 12k invested. That may be more. That may be more than a dolphin. It depends on what season you're in, I guess. If you're in the 5th season, no, it's probably the upper end. Probably more than a dolphin. So I consider the minimum dolphin to be like 100 a month. Which if you've played 4 full seasons, plus this one being a 5th season, that would be $500. Wait, no. $1,000. Because it's 2 months per season. That'd be 10 months. What's this guy doing? Oh, homie's coming up to Mirkwood, apparently. No, is he going to take my tiles? Bro, he's going to steal my tiles that I was going to use to beat Thanatos with. No way. No way, he's definitely going to. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, money. So, minimum dolphin would be like 1k to 2k, in my opinion, over 5 seasons. So 12k over 5 to 6 seasons, I would say is a pretty solid whale, at least in my book. Especially if you've only finished, since you mentioned S3, since you only have finished 3 seasons, I'd say that's a pretty decent whale. Leader's job is brutal in this game. Yep. I mean, it's like I've told people, I made like a fellowship leadership tips video as one of my first videos. And that was when I handled diplomacy more on my own than I do now. I told people, like, you should expect to spend about half of your time out of game on Discord or whatever you use, just handling diplomacy, just talking to people. Casual free-to-play player. Is your name Tax on Discord? I assume that's you. Oathbreakers do well against dwarves. Yeah, Oathbreakers definitely do. Definitely do well against dwarves. See if I get anything good. Nope. Nothing good. Oh, I should bring... I'm gonna have to bring Galadriel and Arwen home to do that tip for what's-his-face. Galadriel. So they can do the tip for Círdan. I might give Éowyn all these experience tips, even though she's just rocking the poverty gear right now. Actually, maybe I should give them to Haldir. I don't know if I'm actually going to use Éowyn this season or not for anything except for sweeping. Go away. I do need to find another boss. Probably just do that tomorrow. I'll probably take this tile and go lay down because it's getting quite late. And before I fall asleep, I'll take the last couple I need probably and screenshot it so that Jax can be salty in the morning. Just don't run into Gala or GTW. Yeah, guy in Discord asked if Oathbreakers are against Erebor. I would say they are unless you hit Galadriel or Gandalf the White. Otherwise, they should be very solid. Oh my gosh, she's actually gonna steal this one too? Bro. Sneak peek at your account. Yeah, I would say that is a big whale slash borderline kraken. Oh, Círdan. You learn something new every day. Círdan. I have to do the tip for Círdan. Ooh, and you have the Might of Cavalry on the Reach of the Rittermark. Let's see. Gandalf the White, I see. Gil-galad, I think I see in there. Gimli. Ooh, I assume you guys won based on all the ring levels in the top 10. being Linden players. I assume you guys won your season. Do I just like take it from this guy? Or do I just find another tile? I don't even have an open tile, so I can't actually just snipe it from him. Guy who spent over 30k. It all just depends on your perspective, honestly. I got an even better one against Thranduil. 1 death. I mean, you can't get better than that, I don't think. That's funny. Yeah, I don't even have the open tile. Well, we'll see. Take one more look at Varyags. I mean, there's people on this server that I'm on right now who I would say have spent over 100k, like for sure. Like respect 20 Witch Kings and Saurons and stuff. So it just depends on your perspective. I guess I can just take a couple 150s when these tiles drop. If I take a few 150s with Elro here or something, that'll be good enough to be ahead of Thanatos, and then I can troll him about it tomorrow. So I suppose I should reinforce Elro here. And let him hit those before I actually fall asleep. Yeah, the bag end thing with 100 players is awkward. We still have... So I guess the 2 questions I'd have for you, and you can always answer on Discord because I'm about to go lay down. Is your account in bag end now? Or is it in a season now? Because we have 4 to 5 weeks left. So it also depends on if you wanted to wait 4 or 5 weeks to start playing again. Because that could be a long time to just sit in bag end where there's nothing to do. But you can always private message me on Discord as well. Yeah, more crossbows. Oh, but anyone's not back yet. Anyway. Yeah. That's it for tonight, guys. I'm sorry there was no PvP, like I normally try to find PvP. But had to catch back up on the economy side of things, so thanks for coming in and hanging out. And I'll see you all